James again, Dr. Pepski, as it were, and we're going to do another round of Ask the Doctor. So I have my book of questions right here, so let's get cracking. Jeff R. asks, what's one thing that triggers a good memory from your childhood? What's your favorite childhood memory? Could be anything, like something someone says that I can relate to, a movie in my collection, could be a photograph from one of my albums. It doesn't take much, but the memories of my childhood are few and far between. As I get older, as they get further away, and it's not really helpful when you're a child of an abusive alcoholic and an absentee father most of the time, because he spent most of his time with his girlfriend, and I was usually the one who had to man the house from 10, 12 years old on. So my favorite childhood memory was in '84 I went to the Darien Lake amusement park. That kind of stands out for me more than anything. '85 I saw Return of the Jedi for the first time in a theater. I thought that was good. Yeah, those are probably my two favorite childhood memories. So that is what it is. Next question is from John W. If you could do a crossover movie, who would you include and why? I've kind of thought about this for a few years, or actually I've had ideas to do crossover movies in my mind. I wouldn't per se do a comic book movie. I would do more like a cop movie. Like I had thoughts about a Lethal Weapon, Die Hard, Dirty Harry crossover where Riggs and Murtaugh have to get John McClane, who's also it would be when he was an LA police officer involved in a murder investigation. They have to go to San Francisco to get Harry Callahan to help out because it's a conspiracy with a drug lord or whatever. But that was just my idea for crossover. I mean, I thought it was interesting, but who's to say? Question 3 is from Sean B. What was the first movie you remember seeing at the movies? In 1980, on a very snowy day, my father took my brother and I to go see Popeye at the Cinema East on Erie Boulevard. I, at the time, thought the theater was huge. We got popcorn, we got soda. I probably ate the popcorn before the movie started. But when you're 6 years old, it's just a great experience to just be the few people that are in the theater because it's a snowy day and it's a massive screen in front of you with telling its story. I mean, I look at back at the movie, and I enjoyed it more when I saw it than I do now, but it is what it is. It was still the first movie I've ever seen. And it would be the last one for a while, because when you're 5 and about 3 years old, and you're crying because you're in almost like a Blizzard experience, your father's like, well, that's it for movies for a while. So I don't think I saw a movie in a real theater. Well, I saw one at a drive-in, but I fell asleep in '81. I didn't see a real movie until The Return of the Jedi re-release in 1985. Jason M. asks, if you could make any video game, no matter how expensive or crazy, what kind of game do you make, and obviously why? I would make a rock band version with Bruce Springsteen in it because I want to play his songs. I want to play his catalog. I want to play in the venues that have a significant history to them, like the Stone Pony or Harvard Square, where it was, John Landau said it was the future of rock and roll, or Madison Square Garden, or any place. It's just, I love to play the rock band game, and I really want to play his songs. It seems like it'd be fun. It seemed like it'd be a natural fit for me. I would enjoy it immensely. Let's get on to another question. Jason M. also asks, What is your favorite genre for movies, comics, and gaming? For movies, without a question, superhero movies. It's when I was a kid, they are few and far between. And like say the Superman films, the Batman films were the first two of each anyway. They were event films. They didn't really come out every so often, but now that it's huge, I try to see everyone I can because the more you see, the more you support, the more they're going to make. And I want to see as many as I can. And I want them to make as many as they can. Like, say, Captain America Civil War. They're more or less adapting the storyline as much as they can to the movie, and it's great to see that these storylines are getting adapted. Dark Knight Rises. It's more or less the Nightfall storyline. And, yeah, I want to see what they can do. If they can actually, say, adapt a full-fledged storyline one of these days to a movie. For comics, it's just a straight superhero one. I primarily would read DC when I can. For gaming, it's primarily first shooters, like your Call of Duty or Star Wars Battlefront. With a second, I like the music games such as Rock Band or Guitar Hero. Primarily Rock Band because you get to play with more instruments. And one last question from Patty Z. Do you fancy where you live? I live in Nashua, New Hampshire. Where I live in the city, pretty much everything's within a 2 to 3 mile radius, so it's easy to access by bicycle because I don't drive. I enjoy it a lot. I don't get along with too many people here, but the few people I do, I enjoy talking to them. They're all right people. I like them. It's a nice little setting where it's like almost a small town. It's all halfway between a small town and a city, but yeah, I enjoy it. I've been living here for over 12 years, and right now I don't see a reason to move somewhere else. Anyways, that was Ask the Doctor for this week. Thanks for the questions. If you have any questions about anything at all, I'll answer any questions about any subject, regardless of how risque or how stupid or whatever. I'll answer them. So why don't you, if you have any questions, contact me at the addresses below. And who knows, if the more questions I get, the faster I can produce these videos out. So thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.